for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll make a motion to recess the Commissioners' meeting and open the Salary Board meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to recess the Commissioners' meeting, open salary board. All in favor?
Aye. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the April 13th Salary Board meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 3, the approval of the minutes of the April 13 meeting. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Make a motion to approve item number 4 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Treasurer Miller, to approve item 4 on the agenda, create the full-time non-union position of Assistant Director of IT, 40 hours a week, in a range of $35,000 to $40,000. Questions or comments? Yes.
Is that a new position?
Yes.
And what's the reason for it?
At the end of this year, our current IT subcontractors will be done, and we're moving forward with transferring over to our own IT department. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried.
I make a motion to create the one-time, temporary, full-time union position of Second Deputy Clerk of Courts in the Clerk of Courts office, beginning April 28th, 2016, and ending May 8th, 2016 at midnight. Pay rate is $10.09 per hour, 40 hours per week, 6-month probation, benefits according to the government mandated requirements per the recommendation of Susan Edelston, Prothonotary Clerk of Courts.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Prothonotary Susan Edelston, second by Commissioner Warren, to approve item 5 to create the temporary full-time union position. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any public comment on the salary board? If none?
I'll make a
item 6.
motion to close the Salary Board and return to the Commissioners' meeting.
I second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 6 to close salary board and return to the Commissioners. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the April 13th Commissioners' meeting.
Second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 6 on the agenda for the April 13th meeting minutes. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Item 7.
Make a motion to approve item number 7 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 7 on the agenda, to ratify or approve the following electronic disbursements and cash disbursements. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve item number 8 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 8 on the agenda, to approve the following transfers and seminar requests and payments. Questions or comments? Yes.
There's a particular, I guess, class or whatever, Jan Kropinski's going to, medical legal death investigation. Can you explain more what that might involve?
Yeah, it involves the coroner's office and the processing of the paperwork and the investigative policies that are in that office.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 9 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 9 on the agenda, to ratify and acknowledge the hiring of Tammy Tewksbury of Laceyville to the open part-time position of corrections officer. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
I make a motion to approve number 10 on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren, to approve item 10 on the agenda, to ratify and acknowledge the hiring of Jessica Zawiski of New Milford to the open temporary full-time position of Deputy Sheriff. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
Make a motion to approve item number 11 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 11 on the agenda, to ratify and acknowledge the transfer of Jessica Zawiski of New Milford from the open temporary full-time position to the open full-time position. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve item number 12 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 12, to acknowledge the transfer of Luann Myers from Second Deputy Clerk of Courts to the full-time union position of Second Deputy Register Recorder. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve item number 13 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 13 on the agenda, except with regret the retirement of Donna Evans, effective close of business June 1st, 2016. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Make a motion to approve item number 14 on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren, to acknowledge the transfer of Joan Berman from the tax assessment effective April 27th to the temporary full-time position of Second Deputy beginning April 28th and ending May 8th. And on May 9th, this position will transfer to the full-time position of Second Deputy. Questions or comments? Yes.
At the last meeting, you eliminated the second deputy clerk of courts position. Now you just created a temporary one,
Mm-hmm.
but not a regular one. Not
Right.
one that's not temporary.
Right.
So you're hiring somebody to a position that doesn't exist.
Yeah, we're hiring a person in the position that Luann sits in.
Okay.
And then what's gonna happen to the tax assessment position of Joan Berman?
That'll
Anybody
get-
replacing that, is that?
That'll get posted.
It'll get posted, but it's not eliminated?
No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried.
Make a motion to approve item number 15 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 15, to ratify and accept with regret the resignation of Bill Zick from the Conservation Board. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Item 16.
Make a motion to approve item number 16 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold, to approve item 16 on the agenda, to ratify and accept with regret the resignation of Daniel Farnham, of Susquehanna County Conservation District Board. Questions or comments? Yes.
How come you have two people at the same time leaving the Conservation District Board? Any particular reason?
Not that I know of. Any comment?
One person just said he was overwhelmed with the paperwork, and the other one, his business takes up too much of his time.
Which one has a business?
Dan Foreman.
Fine.
All in favor?
Aye. Make a motion to approve item number 17 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Who's VigilNet and where are they out of?
Give me a minute, please. Motion by Commissioner Warren and second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 17 on the agenda, to sign the Vigilant Service Agreement between Susquehanna County and provide alcohol and home confinement monitoring. Let me see. They're out of, well, their home office is out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Is this the ankle?
Yeah.
Same at
Yeah, it's the
Lackawanna County?
it's the Scram bracelet, yeah.
Thank you.
Is this the first time you're doing this?
Yes.
Monitoring? We haven't had this before in our county?
No.
So this is something
Excellent.
new.
Right.
Do you know what, if you're signing an agreement with them, it's going to be reimbursed from the courts somehow, or the
Court and
defendants?
defendant, yeah, it's no cost to the county. It's
No
all-
cost to the county?
Right. In order for them to be in the program, they have to pay for it.
So the defendant has to pay for it?
Right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
18.
Make a motion to approve item number 18 is listed on our agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 18 on the agenda to sign the ATM machine contract between Susquehanna County and RJ Vending and Amusement Corporation. Questions or comments?
Where are they out of?
RJ Amusement, I'm not quite sure. I don't think they're, what do I say here? They're out of Vestal, New York.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye. Make a motion to approve item number 19 on our agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 19 on the agenda to sign the support access agreement between Susquehanna County and Airbus DS Communications to provide maintenance coverage as needed to the 911 center phone system. Questions or comments?
Where are they out of?
Airbus, we'll have to, let's see. They're out of California.
Do you have a cost to the county, maintenance coverage? What kind of maintenance coverage cost?
Well, they cover the phone systems with the 911 center because they're so outdated that nobody else will. And I think it's, if I'm remembering, it's $2,000 a year plus any service call.
Thank you.
How outdated are they?
They were at end of life a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't even buy parts for them.
Oh.
We have to find them on eBay or other 911 centers that are going out of business.
So what can you do next? Do you have a plan since it's outdated?
Yeah, we have a plan. It's, we had an engineering company do a study on it, and we've got a plan that we have to upgrade the entire system, and it's about a $7-8 million project.
Oh, boy.
That much?
Well, yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 20.
We make a motion to approve item number 20 on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Arnold, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 20 on the agenda to adopt Proclamation 2016-06 proclaiming May as Lyme Disease Awareness Month. Questions or comments? Yes.
Is this the first time for us for Lyme disease?
Yes.
And is there any comments from a Lyme disease person who's been going to the meetings that's to tell people, what can we tell them in sort of a short version, what to be aware of?
To protect yourself when you're going outside, you know, wear light colored clothing, wear sprays that will repel them. You know, try to keep your lawn mowed down, stay out of high grass. When you're hiking, stay on trails. Check yourself when you come in, you know, take your clothes off near the washing machine or, you know, don't lay them around. Shower, check yourself in the mirror really well. They're really tiny. They can be deadly.
Are there more because the weather was warmer?
That's what they're saying. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but they are saying that it's
Okay.
going to be a rough summer. We have a state health nurse here in the county now, and she said they're predicting that.
Okay.
And we do have another program that we're setting up on June 15th. I'm trying to get it in over at the Hartford Fire Hall. I'm waiting for a call back. We have a forensic scientist coming from East Stroudsburg University that studies them and is going to do a talk on them. So, and we did have a program here for our employees last Monday to educate our employees. So we're just trying to get the word out there, education and awareness.
And you're going to be advertising that June 15th?
We will be. We will be.
In the local
Yep.
papers?
We will.
So you don't have a date, I mean, you don't have a time yet?
June 15th, 6 o'clock. It'll be like 6 to 8. It's a Wednesday evening.
Wednesday?
We thought we'd try during the week instead of a Saturday because we're getting into graduations and stuff.
Yeah. So maybe in Hartford, but we don't know the location yet.
Well, I'm hoping for the fire hall. I'm waiting to get a word back. I've got a call into them.
And anything you can say about removing them off our, off our legs or bodies? Is there a special way of doing it? Do we just pick them off? Or?
You should use a pair of tweezers, get close down to the skin, and you pull them out. Yeah, directly out. Yeah.
What about smothering them with like Vaseline?
They say that's not true.
That's
Say
not
you
true?
shouldn't really do that, no. But you can put it in a baggie, and there's places you can ship them out to and have them tested to see if they have Lyme.
See if they have Lyme. Is
Yeah.
that expensive, or do you know what's
I
involved?
don't know the cost on that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Make a motion to adopt proclamation 2016-07 proclaiming May as Mental Health Awareness Month.
I second that.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold to approve item 21 to adopt proclamation 2016-07, proclamation in May as Mental Health Awareness Month. Questions or comments?
Is that new also, or did we have that last year?
No,
We've
that's
had that in the
yearly.
past.
Any statistics on the mental health care or the amount of people that need care in our county? Has that been increasing? Any stats on that, on the mental health?
I don't have them right now, but I can get them for you. And Scranton Counseling is moving offices into the Endless Mountain Health Systems, which came about because of the Suicide Awareness Initiative. We're also looking into getting a full-time person to be working under one of those organizations or agencies to do outreach and education around the county to the schools, organizations.
Doesn't Scranton Counseling, I think they're in most of the school districts already.
Some of them.
Some of them.
You know, they're in Blue Ridge, Mountain View.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure about Montrose.
I'm not
I think
sure about
so.
Montrose,
I'm not
but-
positive. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public comment? Sure.
Yeah, I just want to, how's the budget coming along? Are you getting all the money you need at this point yet?
No, budget in Harrisburg still isn't finished. The final quarter of children and youth money is on hold, and the rebalancing of the disbursements for costs for children and youth, the rebalancing of that, they've put on hold, so no. And I know the local schools, they're gonna have an issue too, because the new formula that the governor's using is gonna create some issues for the school districts also.
Which means what, less money?
Less money.
What if-
Which means, although they're not gonna raise taxes at the state, now the school district's gonna have to raise taxes to cover the money that they're losing.
And what about the hospital Barnes case, and are they still in trouble?
I couldn't tell you that. I know that all that money was supposed to get freed up, so I don't know where that is at this point. Any other questions? Yes.
The other question I have too is I went to the planning commission office to ask about this incinerator that I've been hearing about.
Mhm.
And it was verified by Mr. Templeton that there's a company that wants to come into New Milford on the William Shager
Mhm.
property
Mhm.
and put in an incinerator for industrial waste.
Mhm.
And do you know about that?
I know a little bit about it, not much. They haven't filed for anything or haven't done anything, so.
And do you know what kind of industrial waste they might be talking about?
Well, my understanding is, and it's not, my understanding is, first of all, it's not biohazardous, it's not medical waste or anything like that. It's not garbage. Basically, it's things like pharmaceutical plants up north, when they're making, say, penicillin, when they get done with a batch, they have residue of penicillin that's left. When they clean the vats out, it has to be incinerated. It can't go into the dumps or in the river, of course, because that's how we have problems with the fish in the water streams. So those are things that would be destroyed in the incinerator. There's also, would be things like, from the big home improvement stores, like if they've got paint and stuff that is damaged, instead of going to landfill, it would get incinerated and get burned up. I do know they were talking about even extending it out to the public, so that the public, if you had, like your chemicals under your sink and you wanted to get rid of those instead of throwing them into the dump. I mean, you know very well what happens when we keep throwing all this stuff into the land. It gets into the water table and everything else. So, they're looking at, they could have community days too, where people could bring stuff from their homes and get it disposed of. The nice thing about this is it has far more regulations than our compressor stations do. It's very, very heavily monitored by EPA and DEP with sniffers and sensors and stuff like that. But it's all just rumor at this point. There is nothing solid, there is no commitments, there is nothing. It was just some inquiries that they made, and that was it. the only business I know right now that is looking to possibly come in this area is off 492 out of New Milford. There's a company looking to possibly load CNG into tractor trailers and truck it to New England off that
And
line.
that's compressed
Compressed
gas.
natural gas, yeah.
Over the roadways?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of CNG that goes over the roadways. Now, New England's problem is that, first of all, there's no pipeline up there, but second of all, they can't store up there because of the bedrock up there. There's no storage capacity for natural gas. So most of the gas is trucked in, and a lot of it comes out of Canada. And so they're trying to, you know, of course, reduce their costs in New England by getting the gas out of this area because it's a lot cheaper, which in turn would put a demand here, which would also create more of a demand, which would increase the price here, and people could start getting their royalty checks again.
Get things
Hopefully,
moving, yeah.
you know, supply and demand. So, you know, but that again is not concrete. It's just in the talking stages. I believe, you know, I would just watch the paper. I think, you know.
It has been before the planning commission.
What's that?
That particular plant, the CNG plant station, has come before the
Right,
planning commission.
right, but just because it's at the planning doesn't mean it's a go yet. There's a lot of other things that go with it. So I would just watch it. You know, I know that before they do anything, they're gonna have a public forum at the township. So I think that's gonna happen in May sometime. So that'll be at the New Milford Township building. So that'll be in the paper at some point and let you know what's going on. But again, that's a very restricted site with fencing and you know, high monitors and everything else to control what's going on there. So that's, you know, what's going on.
You're talking about a lot of trucks going in hourly.
No, no,
And I
no,
believe
you're
it's
not.
24/7.
No, it's not hourly. It takes 3 hours, all the trucks are there. It takes 3 hours to load them. Then they will all leave at the same time. And it's 18 trucks, it's not a
And is
whole-
it 24/7 or?
Well, it's 24/7, but they won't be leaving, you know, again, it takes 3 hours to load and 3 hours, you know, to get another set back. 3 hours to load, those trucks go to New England. While they're in New England, another set gets loaded. And while those trucks are on the way back, then that set leaves and this set comes back. So it's not like it's, even though the facility's manned 24/7, it's not operating 24/7. So, but like I said, there'll be a public meeting sometime in May, I believe.
Where did you say that was?
I don't know if you remember, if you've been around the area long enough, you'll remember the trailer park that was on the side of the hill there, just past East Lake Road.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay, right in there.
okay.
Yeah, there's a big gathering line that comes through there. So, but my understanding, it'll create 85 jobs, and they'll all be,
Really? Because I heard 20.
no, it's 85.
85 jobs?
It's 75 drivers and 10 people at the facility.
And the drivers are local people?
Well, I'm sure they'll try and get local people. And those will be good paying jobs, so.
And I was gonna ask you, so you're saying as far as the incinerator, going back to that, are they considering to incinerate any frac waste or any
No, no,
Marcellus
no,
waste?
No, none of that stuff. But when we get to that again, you know, I'm sure the township, if it gets far enough, they'll have a public meeting and you can ask all your questions and get all your answers. But no, they're not looking to do any of that stuff. Alton, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I wondered if there's anybody besides Cabot doing the well now. Because Cabot's got the one,
There's only one rig here and that's Cabot's right now. That's it.
There's
and the
only,
one down Lawton and the one up back of me, huh?
That's it.
well, you got,
But there's no other company drilling now.
No, nobody else is drilling.
I thought Tasman would be drilling, no?
Not yet.
And is there 2 drilling sites right now or just one? He's saying there's somebody behind him.
There's just two, down Lawton and,
Well, there's only one rig here and that's
There's
it.
only one rig that's drilling right now, so I don't know.
but they're getting ready to come back out.
Yeah,
Oh, they're getting ready maybe, but it's not there yet.
They
So
got,
what-
they built a road down in there to it.
yeah.
And what
Well,
town are you in? What township?
Yes,
Oh, Jessup.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Well, I wanted to ask also, they're fracking above the high school, within a mile of the high school on Fernheim Road. They've been fracking for the past month, and also within the Montrose Lake, which is the water supply of the county. And I'm concerned about any possible impacts to the water and to the aquifer from that Frankie, because that part is downhill from it. Do you know if Pennsylvania Water is doing any extra testing and for the Marcellus Shale impacts to the water supply of this township or borough?
Well, of course, the water company tests their water all the time. I mean, you'd have to check with them to see exactly what they're doing.
But nothing that you've heard that they're doing something special because they're fracking right up there on the
Well,
water?
I don't know if they are or not. I can't confirm or deny that they're doing anything. I mean,
You mean as far as Pennsylvania Water you're talking about?
yeah, I have no
Nothing
idea.
that you've heard then,
No.
anything special?
No.
Because I'm concerned about that. We need to call them and make sure they're testing. And one of the horizontals is actually even going under, from what I saw on the map, under the high school property. So it's rather close. And do you know if the high school is on the Pennsylvania Water, or do they have a well?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask the high school.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second that.
Okay, a motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Arnold. Before we adjourn, I'd just like to clarify something that happened at the last meeting. There was a lot of miscommunications. At the last meeting, we did eliminate one position that nobody was in the pathonetary's office. We're also trying to eliminate a position in the recorder of deeds office that nobody was in. Unfortunately, some people put some information out that there was people in those positions. We were getting rid of people. That's not true. But the other thing that, the public needs to know is the recorder of deeds office 3 years ago brought in $565,000 worth of revenue. And this year we're expected to bring in about $300,000. So that's about almost a 40% reduction in workload in that office, but yet we still hired somebody. So, that said, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.